Welcome champs, I'm Afro and today I'm going to tell you how to play Afrochibi Champs TCG. This is a 2-player turn-based battle card game which takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. In this game, you will go head to head with your friends, moving and attacking with your Afrochibis on a unique pyramid-shaped battlefield. First to 15 points wins the game, which can be done in 2 ways, and they are defeating your opponent's Afrochibi with your own, scoring you 1 point, or attacking your opponent's life power for more possible points, but more on that a little later on. Start by laying out your battlefield side from row 4 to row 1. In the game, these are known as land zones. Next, you must decide who your 10 starting Afrochibis will be. Similar to a game of chess, each Afrochibi has a starting area. This is determined by their power, which means power 1s start on row 4, power 2s start on row 3, power 3s start on row 2, and a power 4 starts on row 1. Take your time, let that ponder. In addition to this, you must pick 3 more Afrochibis. There can only be a power 1, a power 2, and a power 3. They will be played from the sidelines and are known as Cavalry. Now that both sides of the battlefield are made, all there is to do next is to shuffle your main deck, which consists of tactic cards and remaining Afrochibis. The deck size can be 30, 40 or 50 depending on the game you want to play. The player going first will draw 5 cards and the player going second will draw 6. Now you're ready to play Afrochibi Champs TCG. On each of your turns you get 2 energies to spend. It might be wise for me to point out now, at the start of the turn you cannot draw or use abilities, but every turn afterwards you are able to draw 1 card at the start of your turn, and you can use abilities by revealing the Afrochibi that you want to use and using their ability which does not cost an energy, but more of that to come in a second. So the moves that cost an energy are moving an Afrochibi from one space to another, attacking your opponent's Afrochibi with yours, attacking the power base of your opponent, attacking a life power, releasing a power card, removing a power card, rolling for cavalry, power summoning, equipping to an Afrochibi, removing your own equip card, or retreating from a battle. As well as that, you can do moves that do not cost an energy. They are placing a power card into the power base, discarding a card from your hand, using an Afrochibi's ability, free playing a power 0 Afrochibi, using an equip card, using power card counters from your power base. Now let's talk about some card layout details. As mentioned before, your main deck consists of Afrochibis and tactic cards. Let's start with Afrochibis. This is Strategy Master. His attack is 300, his HP is 410. Remember, this is the damage that he can take and the damage he can deliver. In the center, you'll see their power, and he is a power 5, which means he cannot enter the game initially, but if you can get him into your hand, you can then power summon with him, which is determined by your fellow Afrochibis who can make up power 5 or higher in a power summon. As well, you'll find the equip slot on the left, and some Afrochibis have abilities and rules, so make sure you read them carefully and follow their instructions. The attack roll are what you use when attacking your opponent in battle. Strategy Master needs 5 or higher, which means if you can get that with the attack roll of the dice, then you can deliver a hit. Remember, if you miss on your first energy, you can attack again with the same Afrochibi for your second attempt. Bottom left, you'll find the card number. In the center, you'll find the card rarity, and at the bottom right, you'll find what type of Afrochibi they are. If you can get Strategy Master to your opponent's land 1, free up that space, you may attack your opponent's life power directly for a massive 5 points. So keep that in mind when creating your strategic movement. Now let's talk about tactic cards, which come in 3 subtypes. Number 1, equip cards. These are amazing tools that you can equip to Afrochibis in order to give them a stats boost in some way, or equip to your opponent's Afrochibis to give them a negative effect. From your hand, place the equip card face down horizontally to the Afrochibi of your choice. Number 2, land zones. Land zones are what you play from your hand under the Afrochibis or on top, depending on the type of land it is. It changes the terrain of that land space itself, so read carefully. Number 3, power cards. Unlike the other two, a power card must be played on the left side of your play area. This is known as a power base. You can play up to 4, and you can only release a power card on your next turn at the earliest. A power base can be a very dangerous place. So dangerous, in fact, you might need to sabotage it. You can do this by making your way to your opponent's power base entrance. This is situated on your opponent's row 3, aka land 3. Please note that if your opponent's Afrochibi is on that land space, you must defeat that Afrochibi first. On your next turn, you then can attack your opponent's power base entrance at the cost of an attack roll and an energy. If successful, you may pick a card from your opponent's power base to destroy. You may pick one that's face down, that's hidden, or a card that's already active. So, before I leave you for your own epic battle, I want to give you 2 more tips. Cavalry. To bring in Cavalry at the cost of 1 energy, you must roll a 3 or higher to bring in a power 1, 4 or higher for a power 2, and 5 or higher for power 3. Now, if you want to use both of your energies and you roll a 6, you may bring all 3 members of the Cavalry into the game. If you are successful with your roll, you can bring in your Cavalry from the left or the right of row 4 from your side or your opponent's side. Team combo attack. Just like the Avengers, if you're facing overwhelming odds against your opponent, you may combine your attacks together to hit a devastating team combo attack. You must use all your energy to do so, and your Afrochibis that want to be used must be on the same land zone or at least within radius with a radius attack. But the tough part is, all Afrochibis involved must attack roll and be successful with that roll. If they miss, their attack stats do not get added with the others. High risk, high reward. So there you have it, champs. This was the condensed version of how to play Afrochibi Champs TCG. If you do want to see all these rules at work, please check out the link. As well as that, if you have any lingering questions, drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to hit you up and reply. Please hit the like if you like it, hit the sub if you loved it, and I will see you at the next one, guys. Peace!